Hello friends, welcome back. I hope your summer is going really well so far. I'm starting my day off by making a big batch of Bircher muesli, which is essentially like the OG overnight oats. It's got fruit and nuts and shredded coconut in it, and I find myself really craving it every summertime just because it's cold and refreshing and I do not want to have to cook if I don't have to. Okay, for the liquids, I'm gonna use equal parts Ripple milk and the Siggy's vanilla yogurt, and both of these have pea protein, so it's gonna make it more of a complete breakfast without having to add like protein powder, making it all chalky and disgusting. For sweetness, we're gonna add in some dried fruit. You could use raisins. I'm using some chopped medjool dates and some grated apple. Also adding in some coconut flakes. Whatever kinds of nuts or seeds you want to. I've got some almonds this time. This is my favorite part because it adds crunch. Just gonna add a few shakes of cinnamon, give that all a good mix. Now we're gonna fold in our oats. Oh, totally forgot. I also like to add in some chia seeds, maybe just 1 or 2 tablespoons for some extra fiber and omegas. And I'm actually gonna add a little bit extra milk just because chia seeds are very absorptive. Maybe another ½ cup. That's looking good. I'm gonna pop these in the fridge. Overnight would have been best, but I did not think ahead. A couple of hours is fine, and it should be ready by the time I get back from the gym and I'm ready to have my first meal. Hi. She's like a creepy little shadow. Want some banana? Touch. Chin. Paw. Other paw? Yes! Yum. Just wanted to do one more thing before I headed out to the gym. I have to refill Lila's popsicles. If you are raising a puppy and you need something to occupy some of their time when you need to work or clean the house or whatever, you need to use popsicles. They sell a powder that you can mix with water. Good thing it was just green beans. They sell a powder that you can mix with water and freeze, but I like to either make my own purees with vegetables or buy baby food. It keeps her occupied for a good, I don't know, 20 or so minutes. Kind of just like the same idea as a Kong, but I prefer these because you can prep a whole bunch of them ahead of time and they take up a lot less space than putting a bunch of Kongs in your freezer. You know, freezer space is at a premium.
Oh yeah, I'll give that a 10 out of 10.
So I refill these like every couple weeks, and every time I do, I have a song that I sing.
You do?
Hello. Well, it's more like a chant. Meal prep for my dog. Meal prep for my dog.
Meal prep for my dog. I think you have green bean on your chin.
I know, it exploded on my face earlier. I feel so much more motivated to prepare treats and food for my dog than myself. Like, you will not catch me meal prepping for myself.
The reason is because Lila will eat the same thing every single day, happily.
That's true.
And you don't like anything the next day.
It's not because I'm bored of the food though, it's because I'm like neurotic about leftovers. I will if it's frozen though.
Lila loves meal prep because she loves anything. She will eat this. She will eat grasshoppers outside.
Meal prep for my dog.
Meal prep for my dog. Meal prep for my diggity. Meal prep for my diggity dog. Nice.
That's so funny.
We have been together for a long time.
Some might say
Too long.
It's Friday. We're gonna grill for dinner, so I'm getting everything started a little early. I'm pressing 2 blocks of tofu. Eric's gonna make like a balsamic marinated tofu. I just went to Sprouts and got ingredients for veggie skewers, and then I'm gonna try to throw together a rice pilaf. I just prepped a ton of veggie skewers. These are plain right now, but Eric's about to make the balsamic marinade for the tofu. And I'm just gonna take whatever is left over from that and just brush it over the vegetables, because I feel like the flavor of the vegetables is just so good on its own. I don't wanna do too much to them.
First things first, I just want to acknowledge New York Knicks 2026 NBA champions. Starting with some balsamic vinegar, then olive oil, a little bit of maple syrup, Dijon mustard. This is homegrown garlic, some dried basil, a little bit of oregano, a nice little teaspoon of salt, and way more black pepper than Sarah would use. Fun fact, Sarah doesn't really cook with black pepper, but I love it. If it weren't for me, I don't think there would ever be black pepper in any of her recipes. Nice. That's exactly what I was referencing. Oh, it smells so good. Is that good? It's like pizza. All right. Looks, smells great. It's going in the fridge to marinate for a few hours. Okay, I'm gonna hopefully find a spot in the refrigerator for this.
20-minute timer.
There's gonna be so many leftovers. It smells like pizza. Hey guys, it's the 4th of July. Eric and I are prepping a couple dishes to bring to our friends later. We're just doing like a low-key hangout with 2 of our friends and all the dogs, and we're making a potato salad. Eric's famous potato salad.
Famous potato salad.
Eric calls literally everything that he makes Eric's famous blank. I'm making my Hawaiian macaroni salad, which I make like every summer on the channel. It's like my favorite pasta salad.
I think Sarah's starting to develop a New York accent living with me for so long because
What'd I say?
you just said macaroni. You said macaroni salad.
Play it back. I don't know.
I loved it.
And then I'm gonna try to like throw together some s'mores bars. Let me show you, I did a bunch of prep already. I prepped 3 pounds of potatoes, celery, some pickle relish for Eric's potato salad, some scallions, and some shredded carrot for my salad. I just went to the store because yesterday they were totally out of dill and parsley. They only had parsley today, but we'll just use dried dill, it'll be fine.
Sarah was soaking these potatoes for me. I'm gonna top this up with cold water. Potatoes are going. I'm just gonna wipe this bowl down, and I'll just use the same bowl to mix it all together. We're gonna start with mayo. Dijon mustard. Pickles that Sarah lovingly cut up for me. A little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of paprika. Some salt. Some black pepper. Celery for the crunch. Scallion. So whenever Sarah uses herbs, she like scrapes the leaves off, and I've never actually tried it, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. Okay. Wow. How much do you think I need?
That's good.
It's just so fun. This is the dried dill. Far inferior to fresh dill, but we do what we can. And this is our potato salad dressing.
Beautiful.
Now that it's almost boiling, I'm gonna do a little bit of salt. I was watching this Food Network thing, and they had like all the Bobby Flay, all those people, and they asked them, how do you salt your pasta water? And they were all doing literal fistfuls of salt. And then I tried it the next time we made pasta. Game changing. It was so good.
And I'm gonna let this go till al dente.
It's my spoon.
Sorry.
That's my starchy spoon.
I'm gonna put together the base for the Hawaiian salad. Got some shredded carrot, for a little bit of sweetness. If you've ever gone to Hawaiian barbecue, this is the kind of macaroni salad that they have. It's like really creamy. There's a little bit of sweetness in the dressing. I'm gonna add like a tablespoon of white sugar, mayo, obviously. I can't think of anything more American than having an entirely mayo-based meal. Although actually, you know what I've been doing lately is mixing half mayo and half unsweetened vegan yogurt. I feel like I've made this recipe enough times to eyeball. When you really think about it though, mayo is kind of gross.
Kind of.
So I don't think about it. A little bit of garlic powder, just a touch. A little bit of oat milk. So the dressing is very loose, and when you first add the pasta in, it's gonna seem like way too liquidy, but then you let it sit in the fridge, and the pasta that's al dente soaks in the extra moisture, and it just becomes that perfect, squishy wop texture.
I'm sorry?
Also gonna add some salt. I'm gonna go check on our pasta and our potatoes. Also, I gotta say, Eric rigidly sticks to cook times. Like, he will always set a timer. He always forgets that we live at high altitude though, and stuff takes longer to boil here. So he stays under cooking the potatoes and the pasta.
I'm coming to defend myself. The thing, specifically with pasta, is that when I make pasta, I try to make it very al dente. So then when I add it to the sauce, I finish cooking it in the sauce. And by the time it's served, it's perfectly al dente. Because if you wait...
But it doesn't always happen
I
that way.
try to make it like that. I'm sorry. The problem is I'm so strong that when I put the fork through, it's so easy that I sometimes undercook them. Because like for most people, the potato has to be really tender for them to get the fork through. But because I'm so strong, it's much easier. So I have to let it go a few extra minutes.
All right, Thor.
Ow!
This is actually a little overdone right now. I got distracted. Also, I forgot to add the vinegar. This looks good. You can kind of see there's like extra dressing at the bottom, but trust me, after a couple of hours, by the time we're ready to go, it's gonna be the perfect texture.
Okay, Sarah says the potatoes are done, which means if they're not done, it's not my fault anymore. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's drain the potatoes back into the hot pot, right? White wine vinegar, a couple tablespoons. I'm just gonna toss them in there. You want them to get broken up a little bit and like kind of get roughed up. And doing this in the hot pot makes them steam and all that moisture cooks off, so they dry out in here a little bit. I'm just gonna set them aside and let them cool off a little bit before I add them to the dressing.
I had a hot dog bowl earlier today. Yes, I did.
And what is a hot dog bowl?
It's like a burrito bowl, but it's chopped up hot dogs and a big old bread.
So like a much larger.
Potatoes are going in.
That is that sound.
Yeah, let's ASMR that.
That is really yummy,
Yay.
but you're right, it is gonna be better when it's chilled. Plus, it's gonna be healthy because it's resistant starch.
Oh my god! Hell yeah! What are you doing? You want some peanut butter that's surely not dosed with drugs for the fireworks?
Mmm.
That's delicious. Oh yeah. Yeah, now you won't freak out during the fireworks. Okay, so Travis has these spicy pickle vodka shots, and we are going to drink them. This is Jackass. That is more than a shot. Just tastes like pickle juice.
It's like, it is
Really?
spicy though. No, it's spicy.
Whew.
I actually kind of like it.
I like a pickleback. I actually like it more than a regular shot because
I
it's
think I do
masking
too.
the flavor of alcohol completely.
Yeah.
If it's out of 5, I'm saying like 4.
Yeah. 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Alright.
There's a party on Del Mar. summer feet.
You know, every night
While
of
the
it.
sunshine lights the streets, it feels good to me here in San Clemente. Have you heard? And not so far. The water gets hot to here. Yes, honey! You better find a deck on the roof to watch the sunset under you. It feels so good here in San Clemente.
So I saw a post on Red.
It's September in San Clemente. The sand in your bikini is never ending. It's a sleepy town, I'm staying up all night in a palm tree paradise. September in San Clemente. It's here upon funny weather. The license plate.
Hello friends, Eric and I are about to head to the gym, but I'm gonna try a new energy drink. I'm usually an Alani girl, but I saw these Bloom drinks. I got peach mango. I only drink half of an energy drink at a time, so usually I will dump half into a jar. Wow, that is it's probably from the B12. It's like neon green. Kind of tastes like Celsius. A lot less sweet than Alani, a lot more like natural flavoring. Do you want to try this?
Sure.
Eric hates Alani.
It's too sweet for me.
Yeah. Eric likes the worst energy drinks. He likes Red Bull and not even the White Monster, the Black Monster.
It's the Blue Monster. Blue. Low carb. But no, I think I'm becoming a Red Bull person because it
gives you wings.
And it comes in smaller cans, which means drinking a can doesn't need to send me into psychosis.
We would be a couple who drinks the energy drinks for the flavor and not the energy, wouldn't we?
They need to make caffeine-free energy drinks.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Energy-free energy drinks. Okay, let's go to the gym. If you guys watched our last vlog, we mentioned that we toured a house to potentially move into in September, and we got approved for it, so we're not buying it. We're still renting for a couple more years. We're saving up for that down payment. Disassembled our squat rack. We're clearing out the garage.
It's too hot to work out in here during the summer anyway, so we go to the gym. So I figured we needed a staging area for when we pack stuff up in the house, and we need somewhere to put it so it's not in the house. So now we have this area, and really just like doing the first thing has made my brain like, okay, we're moving, let's do this.
Workout complete. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. It's so hot right now. We're going to pick up Puppy. She went on a learning adventure with her trainer and a couple of other puppies, so she's gonna be exhausted tonight. And so are we. Okay, I'm back at home, and for lunch I'm gonna make us some wraps using this buffalo tofu salad that I've been making on repeat for the past couple weeks. This is shredded super firm tofu. I brown it in a pan to get it nice and chewy, and then I mix it with celery, carrot, buffalo sauce, and I make a dressing with ranch seasoning and vegan mayo and unsweetened vegan yogurt, and it is so addictive. Instead of regular tortillas, I'm gonna use these wraps because they're a little bit higher in protein and fiber than just regular tortillas. And I got this avocado a while ago, so I'm hoping it's still good because it's been in the fridge. Pray to the avocado gods. Ooh. Very nice. I mean, avocados have always been expensive, but I feel like now especially they're really expensive.
It's one of the best ideas you've ever had. So Leela's asleep right now, as she does when she comes home from camp. And when we picked her up, her trainer told us that she interacted with some ducks today, the place they took them had a little flock of ducks, and Leela was a really good girl, apparently.
Little background. We got Leela from a rescue, but we did a DNA test with her, and she's like a blend of a bunch of different herding breeds. So obviously she has German Shepherd in her, cattle dog, Australian Shepherd.
Border Collie.
Oddly, she has Boston Terrier in her, I think.
Which might be why she's so small for a dog that's half German Shepherd.
So she definitely has herding instincts. She gets really hyper fixated on bunnies, even little dogs like Chihuahuas. She will fixate on them when we're on a walk. So we weren't sure how she would do with little ducks in the same area as her, but apparently she was able to focus.
And not bark at them. Wow, I was starving.
This is what we look like now on our walks. Sun shirt, hat. So in a couple of hours, we are going to go to the hospital because Eric has to get a CT scan. We've mentioned this kind of like in passing before, but Eric has a pacemaker. He's had it since he was like 10. In 2020, I believe that we vlogged that he was getting the battery replaced.
Oh yeah.
But we haven't really mentioned it since then. So I'm gonna hand it off to Eric.
So yeah, I mean, the gist is when I was 10 years old, I was having anxiety and I felt my heart palpitating and pounding. So my dad took me to a pediatric cardiologist. They put a heart monitor on me overnight, and they basically said, he has 2nd-degree heart block. He needs a pacemaker Monday morning. So my whole family's terrified. They bring me to the hospital, and 10-year-old Eric gets a pacemaker put in. In my 20s, when I was getting my annual checkups with the cardiologist, they kept checking my pacemaker and realizing there was no activity. It wasn't doing anything. So I thought maybe it was a fluke, and every year they kind of said the same thing to me. Until finally, a new cardiologist I was seeing said, have you ever thought about getting this taken out because you don't use it? And that kind of blew my mind, and I asked, how would I not need it if they put it in for a reason? The short answer is that the science changed over the 20 years I've had the pacemaker. And now when they see kids with heart issues that I had, they know that it's actually safe and they'll grow out of it, which I guess I did. So, after a lot of deliberation and doctor's appointments, I'm getting my pacemaker taken out in September.
Being very good. Okay, sorry, we got distracted by a big lawnmower, but Lena did very well, even though it's very scary and loud. So basically, because he had the pacemaker placed before he was done growing and he was so young, and the scan is just to get a better idea of like where the scar tissue is, and because that's really the biggest risk with the surgery is that, you know, something could happen with the scar tissue growing over the lead. So they do technically have to be prepped for open heart surgery, just in case, even though the doctor said it's a very, very low risk of that actually happening.
I'm just trying to come to grips with like the emotionality of having had this thing that I thought I needed to keep me alive for most of my life, and realizing that I don't need it and they can just take it out. It's just kind of a weird thing to think about. But other than that, I mean, yeah, surgery should be easy, and yeah, let's go get a CAT scan. Here's the secret sauce. Just a little.
Hello friends, I have just finished prepping everything to make spring rolls for dinner because I'm really craving something fresh. This is some tempeh that I thinly sliced, pan-fried, and glazed with some of this Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. This stuff is really good. Shredded carrot, julienne cucumber, got some jalapenos for Eric. We have some basil, and then I made a peanut sauce, super simple, just some soy sauce, rice vinegar, fresh lime juice, sambal chili paste to make it spicy, a little bit of maple syrup, and then I also added some fresh ginger into this, and you just thin it out with water till it's a dippable consistency. Got our rice paper wrappers. Let's wrap. Just just finished wrapping the spring rolls and we have plenty of leftover noodles and veggies for tomorrow for lunch. We're just gonna make rice vermicelli bowls. These are really only good the same day they're made because the rice paper like dries out in the fridge. Just look at that. I'm so excited to eat these. One last little finishing touch that you guys have to try the next time you make spring rolls. Roasted peanuts and then some crispy fried garlic. I got this from Trader Joe's, but I'm pretty sure you can get fried garlic and fried shallots at any Asian market, really. I'm sorry the lighting is terrible. The sun is going down, but I put a couple tablespoons of each of these. Gonna take my peanut sauce, a little sprinkle of this goodness on top. Here we go.